Hello students, I Dilip Kumar Jain, PGT Physics, KV number 1 Udaipur. Today I am here with you student with the sixth part of current electricity. In this session we will study Wheatstone bridge, meter bridge and potentiometer. This is the last part of this chapter, current electricity. We start with the Wheatstone bridge. Okay, it is an arrangement of four resistors used to determine resistance of one resistors in terms of other three resistors. So here four arms AB, BC, AD and DC, in which four resistors P, Q, R and S, where R is what unknown resistance and S is what standard resistor. Okay, now in this one we connect a calorimeter between B and D, in which a current is flowing IG, and we connect a cell battery between A and C. We choose the balancing conditions when no current is flowing through the galvanometer, means what? Point B and D at the same potential, so no current will flow through galvanometer. In this condition, current is passing through AB is what I1, same current will passes through BC, and in AD current is passing through is what I2, and the same amount of current is passing through DC is what I2. Now by applying Kirchhoff's voltage law to the loop ADBA, okay, we are moving in anti-clockwise direction. So I2R, we are moving in the direction of current, and from B to A we are moving opposite to direction of current. So minus I1P equal to 0, I1P equal to I2R, equation number 1. By applying KVL to the loop B, C, D, B. Now in this time we are moving in clockwise direction. So first one, I1 current is flowing in the BC in the same direction, I1Q. Now from C to D we are moving opposite, so minus I2S equal to 0, I1Q equal to I2S. Now this is equation number 2. From equation 1 and 2, what we get? I1 upon I2 equal to R upon P equal to S upon Q. Or we can divide. Simply we can divide 1 and 2. So we get P by Q equal to R by S. Same thing is, so this condition P by Q equal to R by S, this is the condition for the balanced Wheatstone bridge. In this condition, no deflection in galvanometer. The Wheatstone bridge and its balancing condition provide a practical method for determination of an unknown resistance. Let us suppose we have an unknown resistance R, which we insert in the third arm, okay, between A and D. R is thus not known, keeping known resistance P and Q in the first and second arm of the bridge, and we go on varying S till the galvanometer show a null deflections. The bridge then is balanced, and from the balance condition the value of unknown resistor R is given by R equal to P by Q into S. The value of unknown resistor is determined by the help of above equation. The unknown resistor R and S is what standard arm of the bridge. The P and Q are the ratio arm of the bridge. So by this relation we can find the unknown resistor. Now very important application is what? Meter bridge. A slide wire bridge is a practical form of a Wheatstone bridge. It consists of a wire AC of constant or magnet of 1 meter length and of uniform area of cross section. In this diagram we can see from here A to C 1 meter wire and 1 meter scale is there. From A and D we connect a unknown resistance R, okay, and this one is what unknown resistance S. So this R is what resistance box, so this one is what non-resistance, okay. This one is your copper strip. We connect copper strip because copper strip have very less resistance or almost equal to zero resistance, and this wire is made of constant or magnet wire, and we connect a galvanometer from point D, and other end of the galvanometer is connected to a jockey, okay. So at point B, when galvanometer show the deflection is 0, we get point B. So now A, B and B, C. So between the resistance between A and B is what P, and between B and C is what Q. Between A and D is what R, and D and C is what S. Okay, one cell is connected between arm A and C. Okay, now working. Close key K and take out suitable resistance R from the resistance box. Adjust the position of jockey on the wire, say at B, where on pressing the galvanometer show no deflection. Note the length AB equal to L of the wire. Find the length BC equal to 100 minus L. Now as the bridge is balanced, therefore according to the Wheatstone bridge principle, P upon Q equal to R upon S. If small r is the resistance per centimeter length of wire, then P equal to what? Resistance of the length L of wire AB, that is LR. What is the resistance Q? Resistance of the length 100 minus L of the wire BC equal to what? 100 minus L R. Remember, R is the resistance per centimeter length of the wire. So now what we have? P upon Q equal to R upon S. In place of P we write LR upon Q, 100 minus L upon R. R cancel. What we get? L upon 100 minus L equal to R upon S. So unknown resistance S equal to 100 minus L upon L into R. So by knowing L and R we can calculate S. Now very important instrument is what? Potentiometer. Potentiometer is an accurate instrument used to compare EMF of cell to measure the EMF of a cell or a potential difference between 2 points in an electrical circuit accurately. As we discussed earlier, voltmeter never measure accurate potential difference across the two ends of the conductor because it takes some amount of current for its working. Without taking current, voltmeter cannot work because voltmeter works on the principle of magnetic effect of electric current. So it takes some current from the circuit, so potential difference across the conductor will be less. So we can never measure the accurate potential difference across the conductor. But in potentiometer works on a null deflection method. Null deflection method means what? When it measures the potential difference when current is drawing in the circuit is what? 0. See in this circuit from A, B, C and D. Here 400 meter. We have different types of potentiometer. We have in laboratory 10 meter wire. Here in diagram 400 meter. Okay. So in the primary circuit और ड्राइविंग सर्किट्स ऑक्सिलरी सर्किट्स कह सकते हैं, उसके अंदर आपके पास में एक रियोस्टेट होगा, एक एमीटर है और एक ड्राइवर सेल है. ठीक है. ए का कनेक्शन जो है आपको ने एक गैल्वेनोमीटर से कर देना है, जी से. ठीक है. अब इसको अपन किस प्रकार से करते हैं वो चीज अपन देखते हैं। ठीक, principle. Potentiometer is based on the principle that potential drop across any portion of the wire of uniform cross section is proportional to the length of that portion of the wire when a constant current flow through the wire. प्रिंसिपल जो है बहुत ही सिंपल है। क्या प्रिंसिपल है? पोटेंशियल ड्रॉप अक्रॉस एनी पोर्शन ऑफ द वायर ऑफ द यूनिफॉर्म क्रॉस सेक्शन इज प्रोपोर्शनल टू लेंथ ऑफ दैट पोर्शन ऑफ द वायर। ठीक है, तो अपन कह सकते हैं कि V प्रोपोर्शनल टू N। वर्किंग, सपोज A एंड P आर द एरिया of cross section and resistivity of the material of the wire, then resistance are equal to rho L upon A, where L equal to what? Length of the wire. If current I flowing through the wire, then by Ohm's law V equal to what? IR. V equal to IR. In place of R we substitute rho L upon A, so V equal to what? KL. As I, rho and A is what? Constant. So V proportional to L. Hence potential difference across any portion of the potentiometer wire is directly proportional to length of the wire of that portion. Here K equal to V upon L is called potential gradient, the fall of potential per unit length of the wire. To increase the sensitivity, we have to keep the potential gradient smaller. How to increase the sensitivity? Simply by increasing the length of the potentiometer wire. Next, first application is a comparison of EMF of two cells using potentiometer. This is our first practical also of potentiometer. In this circuit, first circuit is what? Primary circuit. Okay, in secondary circuit E1 and E2 two cells, उनके जो पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल है वो A पॉइंट से जुड़े हैं। जितने भी सेल हैं उन सब के पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल A से जुड़ेंगे और एक टू वे की है। ठीक है, वहां से अपन 1 और 2 K1 और K2 से अपन E1 और E2 सेल के नेगेटिव टर्मिनल को जोड़ेंगे और उससे G को कनेक्ट करेंगे और इससे अपन को दो बैलेंसिंग लेंथ जो है वो मिल जाएंगी। फॉर फर्स्ट सेल जो है आपका J1 मिलेगा L1 और दूसरे सेल के लिए क्या मिल जाएगा L2। नाउ बाय क्लोजिंग की K2 इंट्रोड्यूस सेल ऑफ EMF E in the circuit. Now determine the null point J1 with the help of a jockey. If the null point on the wire is at length L1 from A, then E1 equal to KL1. Similarly, cell of EMF E2 is introduced in the circuit and again null point J2 is determined. If length of this null point from A is what? L2, then E2 equal to what? KL2. Therefore, what we get? E1 upon E2 equal to L1 upon L2. So this is a very simple method in which we compare the EMF of two cells by using the potentiometer. In the circuit diagram, we have to remember certain things. All the positive terminal of the cells must be connected from A. Okay. Now next application of the cell is determination of internal resistance of the cell. The cell whose internal resistance is to be determined is connected to the terminal A of the potentiometer across a resistance box through a key K2. देखिए इसके अंदर भी आपका जो प्राइमरी सर्किट है वो सेम रहेगा। फर्स्ट वन जो आपका सेल है E जिसका इंटरनल रेजिस्टेंस R है उसकी पैरेलल में एक रेजिस्टेंस बॉक्स लगाएंगे और यहाँ पे एक K2 होगा। अब इसको फर्स्ट में क्या करते हैं अपन कि जब K2 इज ओपन, नो करंट इज ड्रॉन फ्रॉम सेल in the circuit. So in this condition E equal to what? KL1. This is what? EMF. Now when K2 is closed, the cell sends current through the resistance box R. Now current is drawn from the cell. Now this time potential difference across the two terminals of the cell is known as what? Terminal voltage. And if we get the null point is obtained at length L2, then this terminal voltage V equal to what? K L2. Thus E upon V equal to L1 upon L2. We know that the internal resistance R of a cell of EMF E when a resistance R is connected in its circuit is given by R equal to E upon V upon minus 1 into R. Now we substitute the value of E upon V equal to L1 upon L2 minus 1. Sometimes we write R equal to L1 minus L2 upon L2 into R. Thus by knowing the value of L1, L2 and R, the internal resistance small r of the cell can be determined. Thank you.